giraffe, I will hail of all, and therefore, hand in hand, they both went down, spend the day in jungle town. Anything that they can do, humans can do too. And one human to another, I'd like to question you. If it takes the sun and the rain to make a tree grow, if it takes the moon and the tide to make the sea flow, does it take to love a child? Love a child. You start with a smile, and after a while, a hug and a kiss. It takes no more than this to love a child.
Love a child.
Said the baker to the smaller raccoon, someone. Said the smaller to the bigger raccoon, if you lead me, I will follow. Oh. To climb a tree is spent the day most happily. Anything that they can do, humans can do too. As one human to another, I like to question you. If it makes the sun and the rain make the tree grow, if it takes the moon and the tide to make the sea flow, what does it take to love a child? Love a child. Start with a smile, and after a while, a hug and a kiss. It takes no more than this to love a child. To love a child.
To love a child. Love a child. Yes? Well, first of all, Frank.
Yes.
Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Also, I want to thank the DC Children's Chorus and Donna Nika Costa and Johnny Grant, all of you. I'd like you to, I know it's been said earlier, but you do know that all the royalties from the book and this record that you just heard go to the foster grandparent program. Everything. Now I'd like to officially welcome you all to the White House. I hope you've had a good time. I really don't think these grounds have ever held so much tenderness and affection, but then that really shouldn't be so much of a surprise, because all of us know that the foster grandparents foster love. Some of you have probably read the book Peter Pan to your children or grandchildren. The man who wrote that book, Sir James Barrie, once said that something that I believe really captures the spirit and the heart of the foster grandparents. Perhaps it should even be your motto. But he said, those who bring sunshine to the lives of others can't keep it from themselves. And I think that describes the foster grandparents perfectly. And while there are thousands of stories to tell, And we really had a hard time with the book because there are so many stories to tell. Let me tell you about one of the grandparents in the book, Grandma Ruby. She'd lost her husband, and she was virtually just paralyzed with grief. She lost 20 pounds, she couldn't eat, she didn't know how to write a check because Peter had always done all of that. Her whole life was disintegrating. And one day, she looked at Peter's old leather chair, and she put her head down in the seat of the chair, and she said, "Dear God, please let me die, or else give me a reason to live." Well, Grandma Ruby found that reason in her work with the young girls who'd been molested. Letters from girls and women. She's written me, and she said that she's gotten letters from girls and women all over the country thanking her for her work and also asking prayers and help for the lives that are still hurting. She says, "God has surely blessed me and is giving me much to do in my old age." But what amounts to a little P.S., she wrote, "I really am a late bloomer." Well, she may be a late bloomer, but she's blossomed into a beautiful rose of love and compassion. So have all of you foster grandparents. On any given day now, there are over 18,000 grandparents loving 54,000 children who have disabilities of one kind or another, or children who've been abused or neglected. Right now, you can bet there's a foster grandparent somewhere with their arms around a little child who needs that special love and affection. You know, we've been together, as Johnny was saying, we've been together so long that watching this program grow, it's really like watching your child grow. I'm so proud of you. I really am, of all that you've done and all that you give. I'm proud to be associated with you, and it means a great deal to me to have you here today. I wish we could form a big receiving line so that I could give each one of you a great big hug. But even though you may not be mentioned in the book, it is about each one of you, and it's about your open-hearted love. Thank you for caring, and thank you for coming. I really loved having you. You know, I forgot something. In my thank yous, I really should thank two other people who are a big part of this. When we were talking about the book and the record, Hal David and Joe Raposo also should be thanked for donating their services. There they are.
You know, there's another thing. Hello. There's another thing that you all can do today. Each one of you can leave the White House and go out all across America and say, "I sang with Frank Sinatra." Now, that's a credit, let me tell you. And you can sing with him again now and with Mrs. Reagan as they lead us in America the Beautiful.
Of You're all hired.